Hello, hello, hello. I think we're live. Good evening. Welcome to Talk Fishing Live number 5. And we have one golden question tonight. Will this be the last one? Evening all. I can see 2 on there. Say hello. Let's get started. No one wants to speak. Hello, Dean. All right, mate. Welcome along for another Wednesday night. Can't remember what night it is. Bandanator. All right, mate. How are you all doing? Gary B. All right, mate. More to the point, are you all expecting some good news on Sunday? I certainly hope so. This could well be the last live stream. I don't know. I only brought them back for the lockdown, Aid, Danny, Dave Garnis, all right, mate. Welcome along. No way, not a chance. You don't think it's going to be all over on Sunday, Danny, and we'll be all fishing? Evening, Richard. And I don't know myself. I'd like to think that we can start going again, but I do feel it's a little bit soon to start lifting restrictions, because there's still 300 people a day dying in hospital at the moment, which is not good. And there's around about 4,000 new cases every time we test, which is not good. And I don't see how we can lift restrictions while it's infections and deaths are still that high. But 684, you'd be amazed if they, yeah, I didn't know how many had died today. I know it was 300 yesterday, and just in hospital, without care homes and in the community and stuff like that. It's still too high, isn't it? I don't think they'll move either. But they are going to make announcements on lifting some restrictions, and it did say that they will come into force, or some of the things they're going to lift will come into force on Monday. So I would have thought that I've heard it mentioned fishing, golf, and something else as being allowed. So who knows? Is that right, Dean? The Northwest is the highest infection rate. I noticed it was quite high the other day, and I thought, ooh, that's not good. But yeah, stuff fishing. People are still dying. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. All right, Paul. Fishing place near you is opened and packed out. They shouldn't be out, Paul. It's illegal to be out. You can only go out for recreation, for a walk, to get some daily exercise. Fishing's not daily exercise. Should call the police on them, mate. Tonight we overtook London. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I've not seen much of a lockdown where I lived in. I mean, I was in Tesco's a couple of hours ago with my mask on and my rubber gloves. But nobody else seemed to have them on. We're all wandering around aimlessly, and nobody knows what 2 meters is at all. I was standing next to some shelves, while I was looking on the shelf at something, and someone was behind me, reaching round to pull stuff out. No thought for 2 meters or anything like that. It's literally more like 2 centimeters away from me. It's ridiculous. So there's no social distancing here. Seeing families out, people playing in the park, playing football and stuff like that. It's like nothing's changed. They're just going on as normal. So I'm not surprised the infections are rising in our area, because the people are just stupid. They don't stay away from you when you're in the shops, and they're just treating things as normal. No one's got masks on. No one's got rubber gloves. Go in the shop with a mask on and rubber gloves and feel like the odd one out. But I'm not letting I don't want to catch it, to be quite honest. I love fishing, as you all know, but as I've said before, I want a couple with my 80-year-old nan again. Yeah. And I'd like my mum's 83, I'd like her to be able to go out again. Because she's not doing so well at the moment, like she's starting to lose mobility. She used to be out every day, like, you know, getting about, and but nowadays, like, she hasn't been out in weeks, like, apart from once when I take her shopping. And she can't walk very far, she's knackered. So I'd like her to be able to go out again without any fear. Yeah, some very disturbed priorities. You're not far wrong there, mate. Dennis, can you tell me why people put their boilies in an air mesh bag? Well, there's a couple of reasons, mate. Any particular people? Are they people just down a local lake, or people going to France, or because there's two reasons why you'd put boilies in a mesh bag, mate. Hi, Paul Blanches. All right, mate. I hope you're all well, by the way. I'm surviving, but I really would like to be able to go out a little bit more than I am. Just local. Right, okay, yeah. Well, they're using freezer baits, Dennis, and, you know, by the nature of, they get the boilies made fresh, no preservatives in them, and they freeze them to keep them in good condition, you know, to keep them fresh. When you take them out of the freezer and take them to the lake, obviously they start defrosting. And if you want to keep them for any kind of length of time, then the best way to stop them going off is to air dry them. So they stick them in mesh bags and hang them in the tree so that they air dry. Because once the moisture's out of them, it won't go off, because it's the moisture that causes mold. So they'll air dry them to stop them going off if they're there for a few days. And air drying boilies and getting the moisture out of them also makes them go hard. So if you've got a bream problem or anything like that, then a rock hard bait can often deter them. So they're the two reasons why you'd use a mesh bag, mate. But, mostly it's air drying just to, you know, prolong their life. Because once they're dry and they're bone dry like marbles, they'll last for ages. But they come straight out the freezer, fresh out the freezer, and that's when they prefer to use them. But, you know, you don't want to waste your bait, do you? So if you take out 2 kilos and you only use 1, then you've got 1 kilo left air dried, and you can use them again next time. It just prolongs the life of them. So the harsh reality of this is that if fishing doesn't return soon, some small shops are going to be in huge trouble. I think some of them are in trouble already, Danny. There's a lot of places in trouble at the moment. Like, I mean, there's people getting put on the dole left, right, and centre. It's bad, really, really bad. I mean, with me and you, we're quite lucky in that we're in public sector, so we're going to be all right. But I feel for some people, like, especially ones who work for airlines and places like that, they're all getting turfed on the dole, aren't they? Right, yeah, Dennis, you've got it. Yeah, it's just air drying, mate. I've got air dry bags in here somewhere. I sometimes air dry my boilies. It helps prolong their life, like, and keeps them, you know, usable. As long as they don't go off and start getting mold on, they're okay to use. But that's why they use them, mate. I helped my dad build a shed for my gear. I've been making rigs and preparing for when we're allowed to go. I've got one problem with that bandinator. It's gear and shed. Not a chance. Hell would freeze over before I put my fishing gear in a shed, because it's asking to be robbed. It really is. You know, it's where they start around here. Like, they start about like 12 or 13 years old, breaking into people's sheds. no way would I ever put fishing gear in a shed. It stays in the house, mate. And I have the room for it in the house, and everything's in the house. No way would I put gear in the shed. Fat chance. I'd expect to lose it all. So you've been warned, mate. And I'm not the only one that's warning you there. Danny's shouting at you. Right, let's see. Make sure you shake your air dry bag every few days, yeah. Give it a shake now and again, because your boilies, when you bait in the air dry bag, your boilies stick together, and where they're stuck and joined, the moisture's still there. So every now and again, like, you shake the bag and move them around, so it keeps them drying out. Good point there, Richard. Yeah, hard times for everybody, innit? Why, Peter? All right, mate. Yeah, I'm okay, as well as can be expected under the circumstances. I'm still getting a bit of exercise in when I can, like just a quick lap around the park, or a walk up the road to my auntie's house, like, which I'm still keeping an eye on. Evening, Tom. Good to see you, mate. I hope you're well as well. The rules seem to have been lost a bit, and it seems busier each time you go out. Yeah, well, people are looking at the people outside and thinking, why am I staying in when they're out? So did you go out themselves? And one of my mates hit the nail on the head earlier on today. He said people in this country have a very difficult time being told what to do. They don't like it. And there's always some people who go, I'm not doing that. And they'll just ignore it. You know, they don't think it applies to them. So they ignore it. And then people see them ignoring it and start ignoring it with them. And before you know it, nobody's doing anything. Unfortunately, like, doing that in this situation is going to cost people lives. But the selfish pricks don't understand that. Just a case of, I'm not doing that. It's very disrespectful, but there's not a lot of respect in this world these days. Yeah, Danny says, get your gear out the shed. People take the roof off if they have to. Yeah, they do. They're very easy to break into, sheds. And in fishing, you never hear of people getting it back. That's true as well. Very, very rare you get reunited with your gear after it's gone walkies out of the shed. I don't know what has been said to you. Nothing's been said to me, Danny, about working from home 12 to 18 months. I can live with that, to be honest, as long as we can go fishing. What I don't like at the moment is I'm working all day here, sat in this very chair, at this very desk, looking, this way, like this, working away. I put my laptop away at 5 o'clock, and I'm still sat in the same chair. So from like 8:15 in the morning till like 11:30 at night, I'm sat here and nowhere else apart from when I go out and have a walk. That's it. Like, I'm stuck literally in this chair and in this room. I can walk around the house, go downstairs, make a cup of tea, go out in the garden, stuff like that. I've got a couple of bird feeders out in the back garden, a peanut feeder and a fat ball feeder. So, I'm quite often out in the garden with the birds. So, yeah, I can do stuff like that, and I can go out and have a walk around, but that's all I can do at the moment. And I'm not keen on that. I'd like to be able to do something else other than that. I'd prefer to go back to work, if I'm honest. But, if it's 12 to 18 months working from home, that's fine. We're all on there, that Microsoft Teams that they advertise on telly. I'm on that. So I'm speaking to my colleagues every day. In fact, our meetings are just like being in the office. People say, oh, should we be saying that on here? It's just the way it is. But yeah, 12 to 18 months, mate. If that's what it takes, that's what it takes. Mine's in the shed, but I put all the expensive stuff in the house. My shed got UPVC doors and cameras. So hope it's okay. Fair enough, Richard. Yeah, it needs camera in. It needs alarming, really, so that an alarm goes off when someone breaks in and goes woo woo woo, because then they'll run before they grab your gear. But no, I wouldn't put stuff in the shed. Not a chance. Our office is so small, fitting 60 people in 2 meters apart is not a possibility. Well, that's one thing they're going to get rid of, Danny, in it, hot desking. You do a bit of that in our hospital as well, like the people lower down often have the hot desk. I've got one of my own, so I'm all right. But yeah, hot desking's going to be gone. I wouldn't mind betting it could be gone for an awful long time as well. So people are going to have to distance and be further apart. Offices are going to have to be bigger and expanded. That's going to be the new way of working, I'm afraid. But yeah, 60 people, 2 meters apart is not a good office environment to be in. Even 2 meters apart, I wouldn't want to be in an office like that. Tom's heard that as well, Danny. So obviously it's a story that's going around. Like, anyone who can work from home will have to. We're allowed back fishing on the 18th. Right, okay. I've not heard that one, Tom. I tell you what, you don't half get some rumours, don't you? You would prefer it, to be honest. Don't see how the 2 meter thing can go until a vaccine is found. Yeah, I agree. That's going to be the key. Once you've got a vaccine and you can vaccinate against it, then things will open up properly. But until then, people are going to have to be really careful. I'm certainly going to have to be careful, like, because I don't want to bring it back here. Apart from the fact that I'm in my 50s anyway, I might struggle with it. There's people in this house older than me, and some of my family are at high risk, shall we say. Removing the 2 meters will put people in danger. Yeah, it would. I don't think they could justify moving it. No, they can't. New PVC doors and cameras. Robbers like them as well. Yeah, they'll take the camera as well. Yeah, that's what it's like up here, Richard. You want to live in Merseyside. Yeah, they'll have your cameras as well, mate. You wouldn't believe the trouble Warrington are having with people poaching and fishing. Yeah, Andy, I believe that. I saw a post on the Wheelock page the other day, which I was going to share in the Cheshire Northwest group. 2 scumbags fishing on a private water, one of Wheelocks, and lady walked past and photographed them and challenged them, and he gave her loads, told her to get lost, which is out of order. So they put a picture of them on Facebook anyway, like, anybody know who these people are? Hopefully they get found out. Yeah, I've seen the Rixton one. I think there's a few places in there. I know a few bits of tackle have been found at the Res, amongst other places. There was a big hoo-ha about someone being wading out in Sandyway saying they were netting it a few weeks ago. But it turned out to be someone pre-baiting, allegedly. Of course, we don't know the answer to that one, like, but yeah, it's bad, isn't it? Evening, Chris, Carby Chris, welcome, mate. I hope you're all right, Chris. You're staying safe, mate. The vlog having a big following. A lot of people seem to ask for advice, and the best advice I can give you is prepare for the biggest peg run of all time. Yeah, I'm thinking that as well, mate. I've cancelled the week off. I'm supposed to be off now this week because it's bank holiday on Friday, isn't it? And I booked the 4 days previous to it, but I cancelled it, and I've stayed in work because we're in lockdown and I can't do anything. So I've got an extra week to take somewhere. I've got a week off on the 1st of June. I've let that run for the opening up of one of my club waters, my main water for the year, but I don't know if it's going to be open. Hopefully it will. I do know when the angling trust say it's okay and we can go fishing, the water will be open. So I've let that ride. Like, I've got a week off coming up in about 3 weeks then, 1st of June onwards. And obviously I've got that cancelled week from May. And I'm thinking, should I have June the 16th off? Because if you're going to find a space anywhere, it'll be on a river like the Severn. Because there won't be many people around. So I don't know. It's all very much up in the air at the moment, isn't it, whether it will be open or closed. But when the authorities say we can, I will. But I will take extreme care in doing so. I won't want anybody anywhere near me. And yeah, let's have a look. Pick venues that requires ones that have a few locks. Have few locks or have a few, because people are lazy, Danny. They don't want to go through locks if you can help it. Like, so if it's got the more on, probably the better. Pegs a good distance apart. Take sanitizer, and if you're a riverman, don't wait until they open. I was off as well. Yeah, it's I stayed in, mate. I don't know whether you went off or what, but I stayed off. Stayed in and cancelled me 5 days, only 4 days. Facebook notification. Someone wanted to join our group. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm going to do, Danny. It's up in the air, and we'll wait and see what happens on Sunday and see what clubs start opening up. But if any of mine open, I'm going to go. Simple as that. But I will take care. Go in the supermarket. But I won't go to the supermarkets. I'll just make sure I've got what I need with me. And the only thing I'll need is petrol. And I intend to wear gloves or put a bag over my hand, and I'm putting my key and my code in for the card, because I'm going to use my card for fuel from now on. In fact, I'm going to stop using cash altogether and stop going in the petrol station or in the shop. I'll just use my card for everything. I don't tap ones where you're tapping on the thing, or put it in and type your code in, but I'm going to use a bag over my hand every time I've got to put my code in. And I intend to take extreme care wherever I am. I have a face mask with me all the time. I've got a couple at the moment, but I've only got these light paper ones at the moment. These. I don't know whether you've seen anybody wearing these. You stick them over your face and then pull them down, like surgical ones. They're all I've got, but I'm trying to get hold of some PP3 ones. The trouble is, so is everybody else. So, but yeah, wherever I can, mate, I'm going to wear a mask. Evening, Will. All right, mate. We were talking about Raby Meal last week, Will. I've been speaking to someone since last Wednesday when we had last live stream and this one. I've had a chat with someone who's fishing the water and has been a member there since it started about 4 years ago. And I've had a look on their website as well. And they reckon they've got 40 documented 20s. 40 documented 20s in there. Now, I was a bit iffy about that, to be honest, because you don't shout it from the rooftops, and there's not pictures all over social media, which is what you'd expect from a water that's trying to make a living for the guy doing it. So I've had a look at the website. Some of the fish look nice, but there's no weights on them, and you look at them and think, well, is that a 20 or is it an upper or a mid to upper? And you can't tell the difference. So I'm still a bit skeptical, but he reckons there's about 40 documented 20s in there. And last year they stocked a couple around the £28 mark, and one of them is a stunning zip linear. There's a picture of that one on the website if you Google Raby Mere. So it may well be worth a look, mate. I got chapter and verse off the lad anyway. I asked him loads of questions about it, and he said how much it was, $350 a year. No idiots on there, only about 40 members. He said it's not. I said, is it one of these places where you got people queuing behind you for swims and stuff like that? He said, no, it's usually quite quiet. He said, you won't get in the best 2 swims on the weekend, you know, unless you get there early, like. But he said midweek you can usually get a good spot. So it seemed quite all right. Like, he seemed genuine enough, but there's just no weight on those fish on the website, which concerned me. But yeah, supposed to be 40 in there, make 40 different 20s, which is about, I don't know, I'm guessing about half the stock, something like that. Not a big water, not massive by any stretch. But I just thought to tell you that, mate. He gave me chapter and verse on it, like, after last week's live stream when it was mentioned. Yeah, he put a comment on one of my videos and I had a bit of a chat with him. In fact, it's all there on one of the videos. There's one called, what's it called? Let me find it for you. It's one of the videos on my channel. It's only 4 minutes long, like, but if you look in the comments section, it's called Fishing Day of a Whittle Carp Angler, and it's 5 years old. It's only 4 minutes long. So if you go and have a watch of that and have a read of the comments section below, it's me and him. I'm asking him questions and he's answering them. So there's chapter and verse in there, mate, if you want to have a look at it, and that's from someone who's fishing there. Yeah, difficult to say, mate, if it's true. You know, 40-20s, it's a lot. You know, 40-20s makes it a top class water. You know, it's in the same league as the likes of Cape Storm, Top Flash. You know, places like that. It's a serious contender if it's true for a decent water. So it's very much a case of, do you believe? It'd be nice if they put some weights on them, like, and you know, the fish look genuine. Some of them look all right. There's some nice fish in there for sure, because you're stocked with VS fish. But there's just that question mark over the sizes. Right, Dom, quick question. Is a perch on a lure worth more than one on bait? Yes, it is in my book, Dom. Absolutely. You know, you can catch a stack of big perch, mate, on a worm, but they're harder to catch on lures, a damn sight harder. And as far as I'm concerned, the perch on a lure is worth a lot more than the perch caught on bait. That's just my personal opinion, like, but I find them harder to catch with lures, which is why I do it, because it's a bit more of a challenge than a worm. You know, they'll just surrender to you on a worm, mate. There's no finer big perch bait than a worm, really. But you try catching one on a lure, a lot harder. You know, that's just my opinion. I'm sure some of the others on here will have a different one, but that's my take on it, mate. Yeah, that's what you thought of the website. Get that in most cold waters, but cheers. Right, okay. We'll have a look. Fair enough, Will. Yeah, it's not convincing, is it? I didn't think it was anyway, but you know, the lad who answered the questions seemed straight up enough. Evening, Lee Tully. All right, mate. We're safe and we're okay. Yeah, I think everybody is anyway. Certainly hope so. Dom, opinions seem to be no agree. No agree with. Right, okay. I think laws is harder. Most southern lakes have 40-20s. We don't know how good we have got it. Yeah. Well, 40-20s around here, Matt. Welcome, mate, by the way. Puts you right up there, like in the top percentile of carp waters. There's very few waters up here that have got 40-20s in. They generally tend to be the very famous and well-known ones, the likes of Cape Storm Hall, I don't even think that's got 40 in. Treetops, aka Top Flash, they're all like circuit waters, history waters in our region. 40/20s is a lot for up here. So if there is that many in the water, then he's on the map. Yeah, Lee, you like the latest vid, did you? I wasn't sure about that. I mean, I had a chat with Barry about it, like what people want from videos and stuff like that. If you're genuinely interested, you'll watch it and you'll watch it till the end. But I said when I uploaded it, I don't think this is going to do very well. And I think it was right. I mean, the viewing figures are okay for it, like, but the retention figures are awful. People are watching about 20% of it and then switching off. And I had a feeling that would happen. I looked at it, I watched it back, I thought, I don't like it. This isn't very good. It's not the way I wanted it. It's not. It hasn't turned out the way I wanted it to, and it's not as good as it should be. But I couldn't get out and do any filming. I just had to make do with me being in here, and that was it. Like, so it was a bit boring. But you know, what can you do when you're stuck in and we're on lockdown? Then you just have to make the best of it. But if you look at the graph, I mean, I did a full year that year. A lot of what happened is not in the video. I got made redundant at the end of 1991, bought a bed chair and a bivvy and everything else, and went fishing. And I was fishing 2 or 3 days a week, every week, right through the year. And I never took a break at all. Like, so January to December, that is an absolute true reflection of what a year's like. There's no bits missing or anything like that, or, you know, I didn't go off for a month and do something else or get bored. I just went right through January, December, 48 to 72 hours a week, every week. I hammered the lake. I mean, there's a little NB underneath the script on the graph, and it says only 1 in 3 fish were counted. Basically everything over £5, because there was a lot of pasties in there as well. And with the fish under £5 counted as well, of course, over 350 fish, 350, 360, something like that. Never had that many fish in my life before or since. I absolutely malleted it. And I think the nearest guy after me, like the fella who comes second, was my mate, Phil. And I think he had 60 fish. So he had 60. The next person after him got half of that, and I had 350. That's how good it was, to put it into perspective. Like, I was on the moon compared to everybody else. But one thing I did mention in there, like, is people start talking about you, and people like trying to nick me bait, you know, trying to guess what was in it, like trying to swipe it when I was asleep, trying to get in my cool box and stuff like that to see me bait and take some of it. And it was mad, absolute mad time. People offering me money for it. Fortunately, I didn't become a bait company. But that was my chance if I wanted to, like. But it was only a simple bait anyway. It was half semolina. It was okay, but not great. But yeah, I absolutely slaughtered that lake. And yeah, I've done well on water since that. I've done well on virtually everywhere I've ever been, but I've never been so dominant as I was on that one. It was good times, literally just rods just flying everywhere. Unreal. So yeah, it was a video worth making anyway. And you can see, you follow the graph, you can see December's crap, January's crap. But carp are warm water fish, and we know this. Some people do go right through winter, but personally, you know, some other fish like pike and perch are more adaptable to the cold than carp are. So that it's better off targeting them than just banging your head against a brick wall. You can come back to carp fishing in Easter, and you haven't missed anything. You know, it's that's the message that comes through really. Like, pick your times of the year to fish for different fish, and you can basically keep catching all year, which is what I like to do. Right, okay. Sorry, I'm 2 pints of reds. Does a £3 perch weigh more if it's caught on a lure than a bait? No, it still weighs £3, but it's harder to catch on the lure than it is on a bait. £3 on maggots is actually 1.5. The video was good. Cheers, Will. Yeah, it was a bit of a blast from my past. That 28 years ago as well, 1992. I think do you know what? I fished when I got made redundant at the end of 91, and I bought all my stuff for Christmas with my redundancy money. I didn't go back to work until the middle of 1994. So I spent 2.5 years fishing 2 to 3 days a week, midweek. And I was fishing and rolling bait, fishing, rolling bait, fishing, rolling bait, and I just fished. And I blew myself out in the end. Couldn't take it anymore. Like, I thought, you know what? I need to get a job and get a life. And that's exactly what I did. And I made a promise never to go back to that kind of life again, because it's no life. Being a full timer, like just on the dole and just going fishing, is no life for anybody. And I enjoyed my time on the bank, don't get me wrong, but I would never want to do it again. And that's probably why I'm only a day fishing today. I don't want to get back into that life again. I personally think if you want to be a true all-rounder, then you need to use lures too. Anyone can blag a fish on bait, but not anyone can catch on a good lure. Yeah, that's right. I'll agree with that, Dan. Matt, I think you've got to master several different avenues, haven't you? Several different methods of being able to catch, so you can pick the best one on the day. That's the way I see it, anyway. Sad part about the videos, Mark, is that they are the ones that people would learn the most from. Yeah, and that's another thing as well, Danny. It's what you learn from videos. I mean, I had one. I put a short clip out last year, didn't I? One about floater fishing, where I hooked a fish, the one that got away or whatever it was. I can't remember what I called it. And someone said, "Oh, that's a minute of my life I'm not going to get back." And didn't learn anything from it. Didn't look at it. Just went, and they're off. But if you actually broke the video down, then there's a lot to learn in there if you look at it. There's a lot to learn in that graph as well in that video if you're prepared to, just take the blinkers off and look at things from different angles. I call it reverse engineering. So you can look at something and think, well, rubbish that. But then you look back at it and you think, well, actually, he did really badly there and he did really good there. That's not a good time to go fishing, but that is. And it all depends on what level you look at it. I try to make it as interesting and helpful as possible, but I think I missed a load out. I didn't do a very good job of it, to be honest. But I'm not going to remake it. You make your videos and you stand by them, don't you? And then you move on to the next one and try and correct your mistakes if you can. So I'm not going back to it. I probably won't make another video now till we're out again, and then I've got a couple lined up. Yeah, they're the ones who learn the most from. The Mark Carp series, if you listen to the tips. Yeah, learning journey, loads of info in there. And also interested, Danny is looking at the background behind you to see if he can work out where you are. Dylan Scully, hi mate. Have you ever fished in Scotland? I'm sorry, I'm a bit behind, but I have a tendency of falling back a little bit. Any good venues? I've only ever fished in Scotland once. I went to a place called Loch Woodall, which is just in Scotland, over the border, and Loch Woodall runs into Loch Ken, or vice versa. I can't remember which way around it. Ken goes into Woodall or Woodall goes into Ken, one or the other. But I fished there 30 years ago for pike. Only caught jacks. I think we had about 15 and 20 jacks that weekend, and it was supposed to be a water with higher average size in Loch Ken, but we didn't find that. But I've not been back to Scotland since, Mason, being mainly a carp angler. I'm heading south. I'm going away like I'm heading south to where the bigger fish are. So anywhere north just doesn't even get a look in. I would never even consider it. Like I'd head straight south down, somewhere around the M25 or further south, like Yateley or somewhere like that. So yeah, that's Scotland's out of it, mate, as far as I'm concerned. Gary Mack. I'm optimistic waters will be open by June 16th. Yeah, if we stick to government guidelines, but people are already breaking that. And like Danny said before, Gary, before you got here, he's saying more and more people are being out. So there's just a few at first, and then a few more, then a few more. And people are just like ignoring it now. It's they certainly are around here. I'm seeing people in the park playing and all sorts, and they're just not bothered when they're on it. Is this the Danny Angling vlog? Well, Danny's here, mate. I'm not quite sure I understand that question. Do better for carp in winter. Some people do, Dom. I mean, they go quite localised, don't they? And they show up. And if you know where they are, great. But if you don't and you're just starting, then you're done for. It's like looking for a needle in a haystack, literally. Is that where you're going, Will? The flash? I assume that's top flash. What's in there these days? Now the big common's gone. Canal fishing, yeah. Yeah, if you stumble across them, the thing is though, Dom, you're up and down that canal with your lure rod. So if anybody's going to stumble across them carp, mate, it'll be you. And if you're the one out there and you're the one who finds them, then, you get to cash in on your hard work, don't you? Which is only right. No, this is a smaller one. That is not. I like it. Yeah, this is a smaller blog, much smaller. As in, 4 videos a year instead of 4 in a month. I think I'll be hard pushed to do 4. It would differ, Lee. If it did the same thing again and fished January to December for the same amount of hours, or if it never missed a week, if it went from January to December, never missed a week's fishing and fished every single week, yeah, I would expect it to look the same, pretty much. There'd be less fish caught in winter, January, February, March. It would pick up in April, May, peak at the end of May before they spawn, and then from June onwards it would be a steady trending down. I'd expect to see exactly the same thing. Of course, I have had years where it's gone the other way. I spent a couple of years on a waterway where I caught more fish in winter than I did in summer because they showed up and I knew where they were. So it was just a case of turning up a few hours before feeding time, lobbing my rods in and then waiting for them to go off. So that, I did my time to learn that, and I reaped the rewards of it. But in general, like when you're starting on a water now, yeah, I'd expect it to have to be the same, mate, absolutely. Thing is, Mark, there's no coincidence that people who do take the extra time to learn and dissect and put the time in are the ones that do well on the bank. Yeah, they are, mate, absolutely. It's it's down to learning, isn't it? You've got to be able to learn what you're doing. That's why I put on the front of the video, like, it's not looking if you're looking for what bait and what rig and how many wraps, then you've already lost. They're not the things that are important in fishing, like location, behavior, stuff like that is more important. What are the fish doing? Where are they? And when you found them, how can I get a bait to them to catch them? What method do I need to select to get my bait in front of them to catch it? And people don't understand that. They just go, "Whoa, good wraps and get on that spot over there." And it's they're off on a tangent somewhere else from where they should be. They should be focused on the job in hand, getting a bait on those fish. They're more interested in wraps and rigs and baits and stuff like that. You can't catch without this bait or that bait or the other bait, and it's daft. But you can't tell people, mate. And the tackle industry this is why I don't like the tackle industry, and I won't have sponsors or anything like that, because they lead people up the garden path. They give them shit advice for free and send them away with a bag of tackle, and, and that's how it is. Loch Lomond was good for pike. Yeah, probably back in the day. Well, it's vast, that place, and I wouldn't know where to start. Guys, I reckon we'll be fishing again on the lakes on Monday, so get your rods ready. I asked this question, Lee, right at the beginning of this live stream, and Danny said no. There was still 600 odd people died today. It's not low enough. And although they may be making some announcements on Sunday, I'm not sure if we'll be let out just yet. Big concern now is tackle shops open for business on Wirral. Is there anybody open, Gary? Is anybody open for business in Wirral, tackle shop wise? I don't know if they are or not, mate, because I haven't been in one. Worst things that happens was B&Q opening. Yeah, I don't agree. That should have been opened. B&Q, they should have left that shut. They can be anywhere, just landing on them. But if you find them, capitalise on it, or they won't be there much longer. That's right, Don. They're just so nomadic, aren't they? But what you're doing with the law rods, you make going up and down and trying all those different spots, you're going to be the one that finds them every time. And you will find that they like the same places over and over again. And they might have 2 or 3 different places where they're likely to be. And if you can find them, you're laughing. It was meant today. Oh, it's a similar blog. The canal carp fishing was great fun. You don't want to move on. How did you get on, Danny? Because you were going to do a longer video, better quality one than the weekly update. And the video was going to chronicle the year. Did you ever get that filmed, or did you ditch it? Just thought I'd ask. Top Flash Commons mate 37, a few originals in the upper 20s. Good few stockfish since the fish kill. Right, okay. I didn't know that well. Commons mate at 37 sounds interesting. There's always something coming through, isn't there? That takes the place. Brilliant. I had no idea they went that big in there these days. I was thinking maybe a scraper. 30, but 37 was a cracker. Hiya, Stephen. Regretting not getting out when it was windy earlier in the year. Stormy fair weather fishermen, yeah. I was off when they locked us down, Stephen. I was off on a week off work because being public sector, we do get 6 weeks a year holiday. I was off and I thought, do you know what? I'm not going to bother going today. I'll go tomorrow. And then the next day he locked us down. I said, bugger. Should have gone, but I didn't. And there's nothing I can do about it now. I've just got to sit here and wait for us to open again. But it will open soon enough. Maybe Monday, maybe a little bit, a week or two later. We'll have to wait and see, but we will be allowed out soon enough. Can anyone recommend 2 sticks to wrap my line around? Budget is 100. Can anyone recommend 2 sticks to wrap my line around? Budget is 120 quid. You'll need that, Dom. You want some distance sticks, mate? Some of them cost that much. You think they should be made of gold? My advice, mate, is get a couple of bank sticks and a bit of string, and that'll do you. Yeah, I think you're right about being Q, Andy. As Danny says, that was not a good thing to happen, is it? Don't worry, Piers Morgan, but hit the nail on the head. This generation don't know the word no, or being told no. And before this, let's face it, loads have no respect for the police. Yeah, it's absolutely right. They don't like being told no. They've got no respect for anybody. They were never disciplined growing up. You know, they abolished the cane from school. So they've got very much got an attitude of you can't touch me. And it shows. I would bring back military service, compulsory military service, and have it knocked out of them when they're young, when they leave school. Get it knocked out of them, because people around today, like, they're just arseholes, all of them. Lockdown should be stay indoors, only leave for food, key worker or pharmacy. Police never. Yeah, and that's how lockdown has worked well in places like China, because if you're outside, it's truncheon therapy for you. Do you know what I mean? You're going to get a beating for being out. But we don't do that in this country, which is a shame. Yeah, right. Okay, you started but got sick of it. Cars trailing me and waiting for me to stop. Yeah, the moral of the story there, Danny, is don't say nothing. Just go fishing, film the videos, make the series, and be long gone with no footprints left when you put it out, and that way you'll be all right. But it's easier said than done, isn't it? Not being out for a good few years. Right, okay. I take it that's Commons, mate. It's not been out for a good few years. Throwing gravel in worked for a bit. £53 pike in the Anglos Mail. I have not seen. Do you know where it was from, Stephen? What water it was from? Is it English water? Sorry, I'm falling behind again. Not right at the moment, mate. And even before this lockdown, things were great. Tackle shops, they could die out. Yeah, well, they could, Gary. I don't think Whittle Angling Centre's going to go. Not while Kirk's around, anyway, because it's Kirk's. It's not Kirk's source of income. You know, he's a financial advisor, like, so he's well sorted. His shop's just like a hobby to him. I don't think he's that bothered about it, to be honest. So I don't think he'll go anywhere. But yeah, some of the others might be in trouble, I suppose. I don't know. I don't really shop in Whittle for my carp stuff, to be honest. Even though I'm 500 yards from Whittle Angling Centre, I only go in there when I need PVA or something like that, something I can pick up locally. The majority of the time, mate, I shop in Dave's in Middlewich, because that's where I'm going every weekend, out towards Middlewich. So I shop in a big shop that's got a lot of stock, or I do it online. Some stuff I get online, like. In fact, now I'm at home and working from home, and I'm at home all day. If I want to buy anything now, I'm in when the door goes, so it's great. You know, I don't need to go out to buy any tackle anymore, which is quite handy. Not good for the tackle shops around here, obviously, but you know, it's handy for me. Like, someone just didn't get what the angling code and decorum is. No, there's that's another thing as well. Disrespectful, Danny. There's no angling code or decorum anymore from a lot of people. It's very much a case of me. I'm first. Fat phone screen. Right, okay, Dom. I've obviously missed something there. Don't know what it is, but I've obviously missed it. If B&Q had a load of other shops are open, if you can't sit in a field by myself, then should be allowed to fish. I can't argue with that, Paul. You know, shops like B&Q are open, but the thing is, you can't go in the shop, can you? You've got to order online, and then they bring it to the door. As how I understood it worked. So you're not actually in the shop wandering around. So I don't know. It's very much a case of whatever happens and whatever rules you come up with, it's going to put someone else's nose out of joint. If they allow fishing and people go fishing, other people in other hobbies and other things, well, people can go fishing and they can do that, I can do this. You know, they don't see it in shades of grey. It's just black and white. Well, he's doing that, so I can do this. And yeah, it's not good. We've made a right mess of this country with political correctness and loony left, stuff like that. They need a good beating. So police should be out on the streets with truncheons, like, and if you got therapy for being out, then nobody'd be out. You'd only have to beat the hell out of one person, and the rest would all go in then. I am Matt T UK is in the house. Yeah, you're right, Matt. Bring back national service. That's exactly what I'd do, mate. They'd be spending a couple of months with a drill instructor up on Brecon Beacons or somewhere like that. Just don't pre-bait. Yeah. Just during that Prince Albert this year, and I haven't had many a walk. Yeah. Don't like that tone, Gary. That Prince Albert. Just joined that Prince Albert. I've been in that club for near on 20 years, mate. Bring back national service. Yeah, to be honest, Mark, really, Canal Carp, it did lose the magic. You have to remember, I went from Bream to a £20 Northwest Canal Carp. Yeah. Yeah, well, you did what you needed to do, Danny. At the end of the day, like, if you didn't go back and finish it, you know, there's plenty of other things to do. You know, it's one you can tick off, isn't it? That's done, really. I've still not caught a carp out of a canal. I keep meaning to go and have a go, like, but I just haven't got round to it. Done a couple of rivers, about 20 pounders out of the Weaver and the D. So I've had the river carp. I've got no fear of going after them in these kind of places, like, but I've just never got around to doing the canal. I don't know why. I should have. Should have been on there a long time ago, because it's not like I don't know where they are. It's just that something else always crops up. Nice ending. Yeah, it was a good fish, that, Danny. 20 pounder off the canal is not to be sniffed at, mate. Kirk is very keen and a tree bitter. Yeah, I'm sure he is, Gary. He's I don't think he's going to lose his shot, mate, because, like I said, he doesn't rely on it. My shop is the Fisherman's in the North End. Is it? Although most of us get stuff and bait online, it just seems a shame to lose the tradition of a tackle shop. I've been in the Fisherman, Gary. It was a while ago, a year or two back. I went in there for a school of big game line. Well, it's a good few years ago now, like Laird Street, isn't it? The Fisherman. Been there a long time, that shop. I remember the old Gary Bonner's Parks Angling, which was, I know it's a Bucky's on the corner now, isn't it? But before that, it was, I think it was the second-hand shop on the opposite side of the road in the middle of that row of shops. I can remember going there. There's a fishing tackle shop, Parks Angling, something like that, years ago, back when I was a kid. And you've been in that shop a long time, mate, an awful long time. Is it your shop, is it, or is it just a shop you go to? You'll have to clarify that one, because I've got it in my head now, dude. It's your shop. Our canal's a dead end. Yeah, so there's not a huge amount of places. Yeah. Okay. iPad died. What did you miss? You missed everybody telling you don't put your gear in the shed, mate. Sheds, no, very bad. Fishing gear, easily stolen from a shed. If you do put it in a shed, video camera it and alarm it. So if anybody smashes a window or cranks the door open or anything like that, there's a woo 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 to put people off and make them run. Because if you don't, then well, the simple statement is expect to lose your gear. Simple as that. Like these ones crying for refunds from clubs they've all rent to pay. I can't believe there's someone asked for a refund from a fishing club. I think that's quite shocking, that. I mean, okay, I don't know about you guys, but I got a letter from my car insurance company about 2 weeks ago. They're giving us a refund because there's been so few cars on the road and so few accidents that they haven't had to pay out. So I got a letter saying they're going to give us 25 quid back. So, that's fair enough, but that's like car insurance and they're a business. A fishing club is voluntary, really, isn't it? I mean, it's just they start the club and they take over the waters. They're not for profit and they still have to pay the rents. So I don't think anybody should be asking for money back because they can't go fishing because of lockdown. I think that's disgusting, that. It's poor form, poor manners, poor form. I think anybody who asks for the money back really should be getting national service again. Did you know a canal carp is worth more than a river one? No, it's not, Danny. River one's worth a lot more. Priorities, mate. Canal carp aren't worth very much, really. A river one is a lot worth a lot more. Remember Parks in Port Sunlight? Yeah, Ian. All right, mate. I remember that as well. Johnny Parks. I used to go to his shop. He whipped an eye. I've got an old rod, right? A Shakespeare strike from the mid-70s, which was the first 12-foot rod that was bought for me. And I butchered it. It was a fiberglass one. I butchered it. I had Johnny Parks take the eye off it and whip one on that took a quiver tip. And I should never have done that because it was an original rod in good condition. Been used a lot over the years, but it's not the same now as it used to be, because Johnny Parks put a quiver tip eye on it for me. But yeah, got my first bite alarms from Johnny Parks in New Ferry. Way back in the late 80s. He sold me my first set of bite alarms. And a lot of my carp rods came from there. Not my carp rods, sorry, my fishing rods, match rods, all came from Johnny Parks. My first fiberglass fishing rod came from Johnny Parks. My first carbon one came from Johnny Parks. He was brilliant. Matt, all my gear is alarmed and cameraed, and it needs to be, mate, doesn't it? I take it you've got it in the garage, mate. It's not somewhere I put my gear. Mine's in the house, and of course the house is alarmed and cameraed. So happy days. Lynn Hughes. I can't remember your name, mate. I know you're not Lynn, but I'm sorry, your name's gone. It's been 7 days, and it takes me roughly about 7 minutes to forget something. So you'll have to tell me your name again, yeah. But I like that. Where do you think you got your cat fishing tackle from? I like that. What's that? I'm not allowed to put. Not allowed to put any more else in. Well, yeah, Mum won't have it in the house, and Dad won't have it in this garage. Oh dear, I see trouble ahead. Ah, it's not your shop, but it's where you go for the bits. Right, okay. Yeah, good for sea fish and stuff. Yeah, he does a bit of everything in there, doesn't he? Like I said, I got some line in there a few years ago, but only because I couldn't get it from somewhere else nearer. You know, I went to Kirk's place and they didn't have it. There's a few other places around here now as well. Like, isn't there? There's that place on Borough Road. I've not been in there yet. I don't know if that'll survive. And the one in Morton as well. Yeah, Canal Carp Diaries. One day, mate, I will get round to it. I keep penciling it in. Every year, I draw up a list of waters and think, right, what do I want to do? Where do I want to go? What do I want to catch? And I put it on the list along with a list of still waters that I'd like to fish and you know, catch fish from. But it never quite makes it to the top because there's always something else to go for. Yeah, I paid for my syndicates in Feb. Can't go, don't mind. That's life. Yeah. I reckon I've forked out 350, 450, 500. Over £500 in fees for clubs that I can't fish at the moment. But you know, I would never dream of asking for it back. Like, yeah, is that right? Work from home, to be EA bailiffs. No wonder poaching's so bad. Yeah, that's right. Ian, he was a trombone player, wasn't he? Not many people knew that. If you remember Johnny Parks, mate, do you remember Barry's fishing tackle next to Beb Station? I think it's it's been a pizza place. I think it might be a vape shop now or something like that. Barry's tackle. He sold me my first bag of boilies, Barry, and my first carp rods back in the day. Yeah, not allowed anymore. Paid fee syndicates. It seems to be going backwards here. Hang on a sec. Let me catch up. I think the fact more and more are being out poaching rivers. Do you think the fact more are out, more people have been seen poaching rivers? Yeah, I think we're just seeing it a bit more, Danny. I think those things go on all the time, mate. But I don't think it's any worse. I think maybe poaching's a bit worse now on still waters because there's no members on the waters. They're self-regulating, really. The fishing club waters aren't they? If the members are on there, like, then nobody's going to go and poach it. But the fact that there's no one around, you know, people are going to make hay while the sun shines, aren't they? I've still got a Black Prince carry. I got one of them. I was posh. I had the Prince Regent first, which was the next model up, and then I bought a Black Prince myself later with my own money. But yeah, Park Station angling shop. Yeah, Black Prince. Still got it. It's in the wardrobe. I'm not sure where, but I've definitely still got it. I've got a Black Prince and a Prince Regent, and I've still got them both from the 1970s. Happy days. I might dig it out for you for next week if we're fishing. If we're not fishing, sorry. Um, if we're allowed out next week, it's light enough now that 9:30, 9 o'clock, 9:30. I can finish work at 5 o'clock and be on the lake by 5:30. So if we're fishing next week, then this time next Wednesday, I'll be on the bank. So I don't know if this is going to be the last live stream or not, but if we're still here next week and I'm sitting in this chair, I'll get my black prints out for you. Bundesliga to restart. It is, that's true, that Angela Merkel announced it, didn't she? Imagine being a millionaire being told to go around a field and not only do away with the tackle, really. Yeah, but they're going to be all tested, aren't they? They're going to be playing behind closed doors, and everybody who's involved is going to be tested. And if you got the virus or anything like that, then obviously you won't be nabbed anywhere near the place. So only people who are clear of it will be playing, and that's fair enough. Got no arguments with that. It'll annoy some of my mates because all I've heard for the last few weeks is they're going to cancel the season. They're going to cancel the season, and you're not going to win the league. And funnily enough, it's all come from Man City and Man United supporters. Surprise, surprise. But yeah, when the Bundesliga restarts, I think ours won't be far behind it. In fact, I'm surprised they haven't restarted it already, to be honest, with testing being ramped up. They can test everybody for each game, and at a game time, they can all isolate and keep themselves to themselves, and the game should be played. Yeah. I'd take some convincing if I was that millionaire. Yeah. Seeing a lad carrying his gear down the road here, proper nice weather for it. Yeah. I got mine out as well. But did you go fishing, Dom, or did you just clean it and put it away? Got my first Shakespeare pole from him. Smallest tackle shop I've ever seen. It's like the TARDIS, wasn't it? There's literally no shop front, just a door. And then as you went in, it opened up like that towards the back. And when you got inside, you think, bloody hell, where did all this space come from? But yeah, there was quite a small looking shop at the front. But yeah, he showed me my first bag of boilies, Barry. Helped me catch my first carp. Because I was a pole angler as well, Ian, and I went in there and said, Barry, I keep getting smashed on my pole. I said, I want to catch one of these carp. What do we need? And he sold me some £8 maximum line. He said, you need some heavier line so that you don't get snapped. And he sold me this little bag of Richworth strawberry yogurt, 10mm mini boilies. And he said, side hook one, put your hook in one and then push it through so that the points, you can touch the point. And he said, just flick that out. And he said, the carp will come round and suck them up and you'll catch one. And that's what I did. And I think it took me 40 minutes to catch my first carp. I was shaking. Never seen anything so big in my life. Barely fitting my pan landing net. It was like, and I never looked back after that, mate. He did me I don't know whether he did me a good turn or a bad one there, Barry, but he turned me into a carp angler for life, helping me catch that fish. Talking to Johnny Parks, my school was next door to it, Chegger Road, yeah, 75 to 80. Yeah, because of that shop, we still love fishing to this day. Yeah, he was a great shot, Johnny Parks. It's like separated into two halves, wasn't it? Get that reel out next week. Emotional. Yeah, it'll bring back some happy memories, that's for sure. Evening, Barry, London Predator Angler. All right, mate. Good to see you, Barry. Didn't get me gear out, but I did have a crash on the bike into the canal. Yeah, I've been thinking of buying a bike, Dom, but I want an electric one. I'm not sure my back will be able to take riding a bike again. I used to ride one a lot when I was little, like, but these days my back's knackered and I don't think I could take it. So I want an electric one, to help me. The trouble is they cost about £1,000. My oldest rod is the very first carbon fibre Ziplex beach caster. Wow. Bottom half is alloy. Top half was new carbon fibre. Chesil Beach in Dorset as a lad. Oh, brilliant. Nice one, Matt. I've had sea fishing gear as well, mate, but I couldn't remember what it was called. So I ended up selling it all like as soon as I got the carp bug. Cheers, Ian. See you, mate. Take it easy. Nah, I don't believe you, Danny. I've been in the house that long, I don't think I could be asked going fishing if it was lifted. No. You'll be out that door like a shot, the same as the rest of us. Yeah, not cheap. My old man has one of those e-bikes and it wasn't cheap at all. Proper mountain bike. Yeah, that's what I want, Dom, a mountain bike, e-bike. Semi-mountain, semi-road, but like a hybrid, if you like, but with the electrics to go with it. So I'd be quite happy with that. Like that way, if my back hurts or anything like that, I don't have to pedal and I can just like away I go. Because they've got a decent range on them as well, haven't they? Usually about is it 30 miles or something like that. My oldest is a Silstar. My dad's. I can't even remember the name of my first reel. I don't think it's got a name on it, but I've still got it. It was actually a miniature centre pin. Someone, all right, mate. Lee's off. Lee Tully, see you, mate. Take it easy. And I'm glad you enjoyed that graph. Like I hope you take something from it, mate. Someone's in the house. Been a while, mate. I hope you're all right. You know me, Mark. Say it as it is. And that's it as it is. I've missed the peace and quiet and isolation. I've missed the peace and quiet and isolation and catching a fish. Life? No. Not making sense. That sentence, Danny. I can't quite decode it. Missed the peace and quiet and isolation. And catching fish. Right, okay. Fair enough. John Wilson, Avon Quiver. Right, okay, Barry, that's a fairly old one. I'm guessing that would be late 70s, early 80s. You've been walking down the canal today, someone. Right, okay. Did you see anything, mate? Spot any carp? Leader and Shakespeare rods, yeah. Shakespeare were massive in fishing rods in the 70s, Don. When I was young, they dominated everything for a while. You may all be very surprised by a video coming to the channel soon. Is it going to be a non-fishing video, Danny? Are you going to do something else? You're going to pivot? I hope something comes out of Boris's mouth on Sunday that means we can get back on the river and canal. Well, you never know, mate. We've already talked about that this evening, and Danny doesn't think we'll get out. I don't think they should be lifting anything while 600 people a day are dying. There's obviously still too much of this COVID around, and it needs to fall to a more manageable level. And I don't think it's there yet. I know they've got this R thing down to about 0.7, but it just doesn't seem to be falling any lower. And it certainly doesn't seem like things are getting less and less and less. Okay, we might not have as many people in hospital, but I just don't think it's the right time. It's going to take a lot longer. Yeah, like Danny says, we wouldn't get excited about it, but we'll see. Couple of carp rolling, nice. Yeah, just keep giving them some food, mate, until Boris says yes. No expectation on when to go. Yeah, I won't be disappointed, Danny. If you turn around and say no, we're still in lockdown, then we're still in lockdown. It's simple as that. It just, life goes on. We just keep doing what we're doing until we can go. I definitely won't be filming any more videos indoors in here. I did that one about the carp season last week, but I'm not going to do any more. I would rather be out and about, and I won't film anything else until we can go. So until he allows us out like that, then I'll just be doing live streams, I think. Like Matt says, I don't think we'll be free of this COVID anytime soon. You know, it spreads so easily. And yeah, 600 dying is huge, it is. But face it, that 4K a day are catching it. Yeah. And I don't think you can let people out of lockdown. That's 4K a day while we're in lockdown. Which obviously we're not really in lockdown, are we? Otherwise it wouldn't be that high. But yeah, I don't think you can let people out right for 4,000 people a day are catching it and testing positive. It's stupid, the height of stupidity. But I do know one thing, and that is politicians will mess it up. You can guarantee that they won't get it right. Well, yeah, you say that's someone, but it depends what kind of fishing you do, doesn't it? I mean, if you're a carp angler and you're going for 2 or 3 days, then before you go, you've got to visit the supermarket because you want food. So you've got to be, around people. Unless you're well planned, well drilled into ordering your stuff in and getting your delivery slots 3 weeks in advance, you're going to have to go to supermarkets and mix with people, which is not good. You're going to need petrol, so you might have to go to a petrol station. Again, it's being around people, being in places that you wouldn't be if you were on lockdown. So it's not just, it's all right saying, well, I'm in the middle of a field, no one's going to bother me. While you're there, yeah. But before you get there, there's tackle shops, supermarkets, petrol stations. So lockdown's probably better, to be honest. I haven't made any videos since lockdown, Barry. Yeah, I don't blame you, mate. Might knock a few up. Maybe a live. Live would be all right, mate. Do a live stream. Yeah. Yeah, do a live stream with the team and see if they'll go along with it. That'd be all right. But no, I'm not going to make any more, mate, until we're out of lockdown. So if we don't get out for another few months, then there'll be no content on this channel for a few months. But I will make a start on one as soon as we're fishing again. I've got a couple to do in the pipeline, like ready to go, ready to start filming, but I need to be out there fishing to be able to get the footage and stuff like that. I'm absolutely dying to take my mini out as well, the old little Mavic, which is still sitting here on the floor. since I last showed you it. The old DJI. I've got a little Mavic Mini, and I'm itching to get this thing out. I've flown it around the garden, but I want to get it up in the air and doing some proper filming. It was 400, Danny, 400 quid. I think that's how much John used it for. I know 460, 450, 460, something like that. It's a fly more combo, like with extra batteries. I think it cost 460. Mavic Mini. I just bought it brand new from Argos in Bromberg just before we went on lockdown. So I've not really had a chance to fly it except in the garden. But it's a cracking bit of kit. Like, it's better than the last one, and it doesn't fly off on you. So yeah, it's good. You even installed TikTok. No, I've got to be honest, I've never been on TikTok, and I've no intention of going on it. Garbage. I put a fishing video on and I got 400 views. My bro was on it and he only got 50 or 5. He was fuming. Yeah. Is it worth going on there, Danny? With if you're getting 400 views, doesn't sound like too bad on a video. But what's the story on it like with advertising and stuff like that? Do they serve adverts on it, and do you get a chunk of the revenue? TikTok's addictive. You'd have to take it off your phone. Right, okay. TikTok makes me laugh. How much did that set you back again? Yeah, 460, I think it was, something like that, Danny. Yeah, Mavic Mini. I see Preston Fest out another hook length box. I haven't looked in depth on it. Right, okay. I've not got any Preston gear, like they're more aimed at the match fishing markets, aren't they? Yet. Evening Scopes, you all right, mate? I'm Dave Booth. Good to see you, mate. I know you've got a new video on there, Dave. It's on my watch list, but I haven't got around to it yet. Hello, Carp King 71. All right, Chris. No, TikTok is, yeah, okay. Cheers, Danny. That's all I needed to know. Yes, link your YouTube to it. Okay, now it's starting to sound interesting. A person should always have multiple avenues where to put their videos. I might have a look into that, someone, and see if you can. That could be quite useful. Chris and Dave are in the house, and Dave Scobes. Get TikTok. I don't know. We'll see. I'll certainly have a look at it. Like, I want to know if anything can be leveraged from it before I go on there. All good watching. And ITV4's Monster Carp. I was watching that last night, Barry. The episode they did that's in Thailand, where they went to that lake. Carl and Alex hit the jackpot with the Corey video. Yeah, I'm sure they did, Andy. They've hit the jackpot a few times, those two. I still haven't quite got my viral video off the ground yet. I've not had one that's actually, gone and kept going. I'm still hoping for the blockbuster one day, but I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. Yeah, we've just been talking about whether we're going to be fishing or not, and general consensus of opinion, Chris, is on Sunday when they make that announcement, it'll be not. been on your brain all day. Koi vid on 1.2 million views. Yeah, that's nice. It does help having 100,000 subscribers, yeah, because your videos generally tend to do well when you've got that many. Yeah. You try getting by with like 3,800. See how you get on. I'm a minnow of a fishing channel, but I don't mind. I don't do it for the subs. Yeah, you agree that we're not going to get out anytime soon, Chris? I think Danny said there's over 600 people died today, which is too many, isn't it? It's not. It's not reaching. You know, they did say, oh, well, we won't consider doing this. We've got this criteria, and you know, this has to happen and that has to happen and stuff like that. And I don't think we're anywhere near it, mate. Do it for the fun, and whatever comes of it, comes of it. That's right, yeah. YouTube, it's just another form of social media, isn't it? Like Facebook and stuff like that. You still end up connected to people and talking to people, and you know, people you have things in common with. I mean, I don't use YouTube for anything really, apart from watching fishing videos. One thing I have been watching lately, and I was fascinated by it on Sunday, Country File. I mean, I used to watch it anyway, but I've started watching the reports now more and more and more. They fascinate me. I don't know why. I just like the reports on Country File. It's about sharing your experience and having fun. That's absolutely right, mate. I can't argue with that, Matt. It's just what YouTube's about, isn't it? Log in, reply to comments on the community page. Yeah, I've not used my community page much of late, to be honest. And since we've been in lockdown, I'll be honest, I haven't been on YouTube that much either. I've come on it tonight, but for the last few nights, I've not been anywhere near it. I'll log in every couple of days. I can find a backlog of videos and oh God, gotta get through them. And it's my life's balance is upset. I used to spend more time on YouTube than doing other things, and now I'm spending more time doing other things than on YouTube. But I need to get back out fishing again, really. Yeah, we did, Barry, and I've already mentioned that this evening. Like, what makes a good carp video? What makes people stay on a video and watch it? And what makes a video go to 1.2 million views? I mean, Dom's was stickleback, for crying out loud. Stickleback in the stream. But yeah, a koi carp video from what's his face? The two young lads, Carl and Alex. That's it. I forgot the name. Sorry. Yeah, koi video, 1.2 million. Brilliant. What can you do? How do you make a film or make something that appeals to someone that makes it kick off like that? And why does it take so long for some videos to take off? I don't understand it. You know, you're knocking on when you watch Country File reports. Yeah, that's right. I can't wait for the next episode, mate. Absolutely. Being a huge introvert, it pushed me to do things. Yeah, and it pushed me out of my comfort zone as well, Danny. I'm comfortable in the zone now, but when I first started, especially when I first went in front of the camera, I was like, I was out of my comfort zone, very much so. Nowadays, I don't care. I'll just sit here and waffle. I'm not bothered. But back then, it was yeah, it put me out of my comfort zone as well. I think it does to everybody. Sorry, just clear the notifications out my phone. Yeah, does it? It pushes you out of your comfort zone. Quorum come today. Never put my name for that a year ago. To win a day's fishing with you. What's the booby prize, Danny? 2 days fishing with you. Sorry, I couldn't resist that one. 1.2 million. Usually tits. Yeah, well, I put my videos on Facebook, but I only put them into a handful of groups. One of my own, Johnny Toss's chasing chunks, and Leon's it only takes one bite. I don't really bother putting them anywhere else, apart from those 3 groups. So I probably could do more on Facebook, like to get my videos out there, but I'm not that bothered, to be honest. What's good is purely subjective. Yeah, I'd love to know what makes a video kick off, Chris. I really would. I don't know. Is there some kind of magic ingredient? I don't know. But, none of my ideas have ever kicked off, mate. I had one which briefly went nuts for a while. Lure fishing for beginners. It got something like, it rocketed to 20,000 views in a month or two, which was loads for me at the time, like it was years ago. And then it died. It's like YouTube debunked it and stopped recommending it to people. And it doesn't get very much these days. Like, but initially it rocketed, but it didn't maintain that momentum. Like, it died. But that's the closest I've been. If you make a video to please the audience, you're not doing it for the right reasons. Yeah, fair enough. We do this because we enjoy it, and that is totally different. Yeah, fair enough, Matt. You're probably quite right there. I might be losing track of enjoying it a little bit there and overthinking it too much. This week I had an email asking, would I take 2 people who followed the vlog for days fishing for the birthday? Yeah, some people do ask it. A few people have in my earlier years, like fishing, wanted to come fishing with me on this live stream. Like, they were dangling to get an invitation to go fishing, but I'm not a qualified angling coach or anything like that. Not that you need to be by any stretch, like, but I'm quite antisocial when I'm fishing as well. Like, I like to be alone. Someone, okay, you need to get off, speak to you later. I would say tight lines, but yeah, okay. Fair play, mate. Yeah. Stay safe is all I'll say. Someone else came in there. I skipped the name somewhere. Little Fisherman, was it? Let me just go back a little bit. Yeah, Little Fishy Boy. Evening, mate. Good to see you again. Yeah. So you said, yeah, fair enough, Danny. Yeah, that's all right. You know, take them fishing somewhere. See if you can get them catching. Get them fishing first, mate. Tell them what you want them to do. Just explain it and sit behind them and let them do the fishing. Why you do the talking. People have to remember YouTube controls all. It does, but you know, there's always ways to manipulate things if you can. I think people have tried to manipulate YouTube's algorithm for a long time, but it never seems to work. Doesn't for me anyway. Yeah, if YouTube made everyone's vid viral, they couldn't afford the ad revenue. Yeah, so they control the stream. It could be. I don't know. You like to buy into the person behind the videos. Yeah, I'm the same, Barry. I watch a few, but I don't subscribe to the channels. I generally I watch the person, like, and if I think they're a decent enough person, then I'll subscribe. So there's a lot of channels I'm subscribed to on here. I'm on Matt's, yours, Chris, Carp King, Danny, um, quite a few people. Tom Morsheen, if he's still around, subscribe to his channel. Scobes is another one, subscribe to him. Generally, everybody who I've subscribed to is in here now. But I guess that's the YouTube community, isn't it? Who here hates quarantine? All of us, mate. Absolutely all of us. I always get asked to meet up with people. So I have no idea. Cringe. Yeah, some of it. I'm not keen on saying yeah to anybody, Barry. To be honest, like it's. I'd rather just go fishing and make me films, and that's the end of it. Like, but I don't know. Depends on what you're doing, doesn't it? I mean, if you taking a subscriber fishing is I've done it once. I took Chris, met up with Chris, and filmed the jig fishing video, which he was in towards the end, and that was quite a good day. Like it was only for the afternoon. Didn't meet him till 1 o'clock, and we only fished till 4, so we did 3 hours. During which time he got quite a lot out of it. Like I think he caught his first perch on the lure, got his rod set up, given one of my lures, told him how I wanted him to retrieve it, and told him to just try this area that we were in, and just keep going through it. And he got it. He started catching, like, and I'd like to think that I helped him quite a bit there. But he's the only person I've done it for so far. They can do, Danny, but the auctioneer adverts, so the highest bidder wins. Yeah, that's right. And don't do it, mate. I'm an angling coach, so I can do coaching, but if you're taking kids, it's a legal nightmare. Yeah, there is always that. Yeah, honoured. Yeah, you should all be subscribed to each other, really. I never worry about views. If people watch, they watch. If they don't, they don't. Don't worry either way. Yeah, good to look back and remember what you did. That's fair enough, Chris. Yeah. That's what I like about your channel, mate. You don't worry about it, and you just, you're focused on your next trip. You get on with it. If you plank, you still carry on. If you catch, great. But you just keep plodding on, mate. And like you said, it's good to look back on it, isn't it? That's why you do it. My fingers are crossed for Sunday. Certain radius. And we were talking about this radius thing, Dave, the other day. Me and a few of my mates, and I decided that I would ignore it. If they allow fishing and you can go fishing again, my nearest water is 20 miles away. That's my local. So if they put a radius on for like 5 miles, I'm going to ignore it. I'm going to go to my local, which is 20 miles away, and stuff it. So if you drive an hour, you'd expect to be exercising for 2 hours and then an hour back. So you'd be out for 4 hours. So as far as I'm concerned, like, I interpret that rule as long as I'm fishing for longer than it takes me, twice as long as it takes me to drive there, I'm okay. So if it takes me an hour to get to water and I'm fishing for 5 hours, 6 hours, that's fine. I haven't got a problem with that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm certainly not going to take any notice of a 5 mile rule. They can bugger off. You can't please everyone in what video you make. Everyone wants to see something different. They all want to see the same thing, Barry. Where's your water? And how can I get to fish it? Where's that swim? How do we get a ticket so they can go and do what you've just done to catch? That's what it's like, literally. I get a lot of that. Where's that lake, mate? They're the comments on my videos I don't answer. People have already been told, like, I'll never name the waters, so there's no point in asking. So anybody who asks just gets ignored. I never answer questions about where the water is or anything like that because they're all private. Today I made a video of my daughter catching the first pike. Someone dropped a dislike before the video went live. Someone doesn't like you, Danny. You've obviously upset someone. Did you ever think you would have a YouTube channel, and how did it happen? Crikey. Well, I was late into YouTube, Matt. Very late compared to some. I got a blog. I write a blog, Northwest Carp blog. There's links to it on my channel homepage, and I've been writing that since 2007. I was one of the first people to start blogging on the Blogger platform and writing articles and publishing them. But I mean, I did that for years, and I still do it now. I still write the articles for my blog. It's still going, and everybody got into YouTube around about 2010 to 12, something like that, or 10 to 14. In that 4 years, I was still writing my blog and wasn't interested in YouTube. And I noticed like less and less people writing blogs, and everybody was on YouTube. And I went on there and I thought, well, this is where everybody is. So I basically bought myself a video camera, a GoPro, and started on there. Basically just filming little clips and putting them on. No talking or anything like that. No presenting. Just me like filming little random fishing clips of me landing a fish or casting out whatever. Just stupid little things. Most of which have been taken off. It was only I then started narrating them. So I would like go and film stuff, put it all together, and then commentate over the top of it with a narration. Until eventually, I did that for a while. Until eventually, I thought, do you know what? It's not working. This, I need to go behind the camera, in front of the camera, and present it. And that's how I finished up doing YouTube. Like, started presenting it only about 3 or 4 years ago, something like that. But that's how it came about. I'd been writing a blog for, since 2007, so it's 13 years this year. When I published my last video, the carp season analysis last Sunday, that video is part of an article that's on the Northwest Carp blog, and you can go and read the article. It's all there. The article is the video is the article. They reflect each other. So I'm still doing the same, mate. Every time I put a video out, there's an article goes with it, 9 times out of 10. Occasionally I do a video without one, like without an article, but most of the time I'll film the video and then I'll sit down and write something to go with it because I'm still writing. And I think that's how Danny started as well, because he was a blogger like me. He wrote articles before he got into YouTube. Right, so let me scroll back a bit. Sorry, I'm lost. Let's see. Linear has already said if the lock is relaxed, they still won't open yet. Fair enough. Good on Linear. Yeah, people moan your videos are too long. Yeah, I got a lot of that as well. Barry, I shorten mine now. I generally don't tend to make them over 20 minutes if I can help it. The last one ran to 29, nearly 30 minutes, and that's the longest one I've ever made. I'll try and keep them to less than 20 if I can. So yeah, you've got your little daughter with you, Tom. So it's fun on the bank for you. Fair enough, mate. She's 8 now, so she's into YouTube and she's into likes on vids. And it made her cry. See, Mark, I will happily drive 5 hours to fish next to the Carp King just to piss off. Oh dear. Dave, my main lake is 60 miles away, as my local mere is under close season. You still have it in places in Shropshire. Yeah, you do, Dave, absolutely. We all have haters. That's absolutely right, we do, yeah. I have a note. I have that note in the comments section about waters, and name only what I want to name. Yeah, I don't name any of them, Barry, unless it's a day ticket water. I'll name Sandhurst and Cromwell and places like that. But anywhere that's like a club water that's local, I'm not going to give it away. There's a direct correlation between success and dislikes. So what's that, Danny? The more you catch, the more you get disliked. Is that right? That wouldn't surprise me, mate. I don't know why, but I feel like I've been blessed by a God because I started watching the Outback UK less than a week before I met him. Right, okay. You've never pissed me off, Math. Oh, no. Sorry, I'm falling behind. Yeah, you just got to ignore them, mate, the haters. You need a thick skin to do YouTube. Like if you're a sensitive kind of person, you don't really want to be doing it. You've got to be able to take criticism. Yeah, like Tom says, just ignore them. Yeah, you've got good people around you. That's all that matters, isn't it? Rob Clinton, all right, mate. Hello. This vid is funny. If you're all bored in lockdown, go and watch it. 5 minutes of vid, 4 minutes of me talking and in the dark in the car, and 1 minute of pike fishing. Brilliant. Yeah. My first proper vid presenting was lure fishing in coloured water. That was the very first one I did, where I was actually behind the camera talking. I stuttered a little bit and didn't cut it out, which was a mistake. But that was my very first one. Lure fishing in coloured water was my first go behind the camera, and I think I've been behind it every video since. Like I don't think I've ever done one without me in front of the camera. Maybe the odd floater one, short floater one, but not many. Hope you're well. Sorry to hear about your family member. Yeah, cheers, Peter. We're halfway between passing and the funeral. Spoke to the vicar and the funeral place, like it's all sorted. So she's going to be buried in 2 weeks today. We'll be laying her to rest. Sad, but she was 91, mate. It's a shame COVID got in her care home, but you know, what can we do? She had dementia and she wasn't very well, and she wasn't a happy person either towards the end. So I hope now, I just hope she's at rest. Like, but yeah, thanks, mate. Started making videos when I was out of work for fun, maybe to look back on. Yeah. I think that's it. Like a lot of you make videos to look back on. I watch some of mine back, like, and laugh at them. Quite funny. Yeah, Danny, you had a written vlog with 600k, but it was like YouTube weekly and almost impossible to do, so the blog went. Yeah, so you made the jump into YouTube, didn't you, and started doing YouTube weekly instead. I never wrote weekly for my blog. I did when it first started in 2007, but as the years have gone by, I've cut it down. And now I may only write three articles a year, something like that. I do it when I feel like, rather than, you know, must do this, must do that, must do this, must do that. I just do it as and when I feel like. I've got to have something to talk about, something I want to explain, or something that I want to show people. And if I've got something, then I'll put it down. I was going to do a written blog years before YouTube, but it wasn't very good. Fair enough, Barry. It's all right, doing the writing's all right. Like it's okay, but it's I actually find YouTube easier, to be honest. Are you still sub to me because I've lost a subscriber? I don't know, Little Fisher. I'll have to check my list after it's finished. Danny is spot on. Yeah. You ain't popular till you get 3 instant dislikes on your video going live. Picked up some beaten Arna. Smells amazing. 3 is the initial standard. Right, okay, I haven't reached that, then I'm not popular enough. Andy. I might be the only one here, but I'm quite liking my version of lockdown, as I'm working Monday to Thursday, so come Friday to Sunday, it's just me and the family. Really enjoying going nowhere. Nice one, Andy. At least someone's happy. It does give you more family time, doesn't it? Yeah, one night on the bank and you'll be happy. Yeah. It's all about finding new routines, isn't it? I think if you can find a new routine, that, you know, because your old one's been upset and you've got something else to focus on, then you'll be fine. But if you're just sitting there, you know, thinking, oh, I want to go fishing, I want to go fishing, I want to go fishing, and you can't, then you know, you're not going to be very happy. I think you've just got to look at other things to do and start channeling your energies elsewhere for a while. There was a bloggers match for this year. Lockdown hadn't happened. They have a bloggers match every year. I turned down. Well, I think it was Dan from Carbon Course Swansea who asked me to go. Like, and I said, sorry, I can't make it. So, but they do have one every year. Yeah, family is a huge part of the video. Just don't mention carb tax. I love mentioning carb tax. It's one of my favourite subjects. Yeah. Did it do well, that video, in the end then, Matt? Because it was stoves, wasn't it? Cheap stoves, and how to get them running for next to nothing without paying carb tax on everything. I quite enjoyed that myself, like, but I didn't know it opened up a can of worms. I just thought, yeah, good on you for doing it, because you know, you're showing how to do stuff on the cheap. And carb tax gets a mention from me a lot, like, because I'm always trying to avoid it. There's some taxes that aren't meant to be paid, and carb tax is one of them. Yeah, as Dave says, carb tax is a really popular one. Lockdown is over my eyes usually, waking every day with the family. Yeah. I backed up my whole channel and opened my eyes. 3 years of weekly adventures. It's huge. Yeah. It is, mate. Nash Lakes, that's right, yeah, Nash Lakes is already booked for August at Topper Manor. Yeah, Little Fisher, cheers, mate. I might be here next Wednesday. If we're out of lockdown and we can go fishing, I'll be fishing next Wednesday. But if I'm here, I'll see you. When you have to download each one, you realise and you know what, after lockdown, I won't be going to the stadium 6 weeks ahead. You won't be. If there's no vlog, there's no vlog. Yeah, that's right, mate. Well, that's how I work. No vlog, there's no vlog. Absolutely. Yeah, getting yourself 6 weeks ahead, fair enough. I mean, it's good to organise yourself and to be that far ahead. So you've built in that space to have a rest if you want it. But it must be like being on a hamster wheel, Danny, is the best way I can describe it. And I made a conscious decision not to get on it, mate. And it just, like you say, if there's no blog, no film to put out, then there's no film to put out. And I'm quite happy with that. Like, if there's nothing goes on my channel for 2 months, then it doesn't go on. Simple as that. Doesn't stop me doing YouTube. I still watch everybody else's and join in the community and watch the videos and make the comments and keep everything ticking over. You can tick over nicely just being part of the community. So that's what I do. Moggies. Build your extension in 3 weeks. Nice one, Matt. Brilliant. If going to a blog of social media rubbing shoulders with Carl G, then there's one reason not to go. Harsh, Andy, harsh. Yeah, and I don't understand why those rip-off merchants get defended, Matt. I really don't. They're taking money out of their pockets. They're selling them something for twice the price that they can get cheaper somewhere else. And I don't know why they defend them. It's ridiculous. I'd like to kick the living daylights out of them, to be honest, for ripping people off. River is 2 fields down the back of my house. No one ever there except me. Let's go Chub and Bream, okay. Yeah. That's not bad, Tom. You should do well there then if you've been pre-baiting, mate. Just a case of when they let you out. Shame on you, Andy. You're not on a hamster wheel when you're 6 weeks ahead. Yeah, you are, Danny. You just don't realise it. Not only are you on it, you've been peddling like mad to get 6 weeks ahead. No close season on the rivers over there, fair enough. I've not seen Eurobank 6 yet. I haven't seen it. Lee Morris had his own blog. I like that. I don't even know who Lee Morris is. Don't get me started on Ridge Monkey and car tax. Yeah. If there's one waste of space of a company that doesn't deserve to exist, it's Ridge Monkey. I'm not sure they've ever made anything that's theirs, a genuinely useful product for fishing. They've just taken stuff that's not for fishing and rebadged it and remarketed it. Cheers, Tom. See you, mate. Take it easy and stay safe yourself too. Yeah. Cheers, Gary. See you, mate. I'll try and remember that reel if I'm here next week. What's your thoughts on Ridge Monkey? Robbing gits. I do actually own something of Ridge Monkeys, to be honest. I've got to hold my hands up and say I bought something that was Ridge Monkeys. It's the only thing I've got. It's like a multi-tool. I wanted a braid stripper, and I went in looking for the ESP braid stripper in the shop. You know, for like taking the coating off braid, because I do use other rigs besides my simple carp rig. And they didn't have one, but they did have this like multi-tool from Ridge Monkey that had a braid stripper on it. It's a round thing, and it's like glows in the dark, and it's got different things like in a circle. If any of you know what it is. And the lad in the shop says, well, we haven't got that braid stripper, but this Ridge Monkey tool's got a braid stripper on it, and it's all we've got. And I looked at him like, and I pulled a face at him when he said Ridge Monkey. Because I needed the braided tool though, so I bought it. I think it was about £6, which is just rip off for a little bit of plastic. But that's the only Ridge Monkey thing I own. And I have no intention of buying anything else Ridge Monkey ever. Ridge Monkey should sign Carl G. Yeah, they'd go down well together. Cheers, Danny. I think I'm going to be right behind you, mate, because I've just realised I'm at 2 hours and 6 minutes and it's 7 minutes past 10. So I've got a few things to do myself, like, so I won't be long here myself. But cheers, Danny. If you want to know what carp what the carp something or carp are doing well. We are home. Check out Insta stories, right? Ridge Monkey head torch. I'd never own a Ridge Monkey head torch. I'd rather have a pencil. Tika 2. Thank you very much. Christy, seen you coming, mate. Yeah, there's no tight lines, Andy. Sorry, mate. Right, I'm going to wrap it up, guys. It is time to end this live stream for another week. I've no idea if we're going to be locked down next week or not. I haven't got the faintest idea. If we're still in lockdown and we can't go fishing, I'll be here at 8 o'clock. But if we can go fishing, I fully intend to be on the bank next Wednesday. I'll finish work at 5 o'clock and I'll bugger off and go get some fishing done. I'm not going to wait for the Saturday after when it'll be bedlam. Like, I'm going to go midweek and hopefully squeeze on and get a place on the lake for a few hours and maybe get a bite or two. So you'll have to wait and see. Hopefully I'll speak to you all again soon. I'll keep watching all your videos and making some comments. So I'll keep in touch with all of you, don't worry. And like I said, if we're not fishing, I'll see you there next Wednesday. So yeah, cheers, Andy. 3 baby lights, 2 toasters, head torch, full power back. Total hypocrite and car tax. Oh dear. Get that reel ready. Right, okay. Well, it's not hard to find. It's in the wardrobe somewhere. I'll find it. Cheers, Dave. Cheers, Danny, Barry, Matt, Chris, and everyone else who's been here tonight. I know there's been a few of you. Scopes was in the background before. Cheers, Dave, if you're still around. Dom, nice one. They all called a toothbrush. Right, take it easy, guys. I'm going to stick my thumb up and clear off. Take care and stay safe.